Lows tonight near 40 inland, will be in the mid-40s right along the immediate coast.
First I thought the car was stolen, and now we're opening the trunk.
Well, I was panicking and pacing the floor while he was at the landing.
So I put the key in and turn it and open the trunk, and I look away.
Heather's phone is an extension of herself, and it was always in her hand or very close by, and for her not to answer the phone wasn't right.
And he said, "It's just stuck." And it wasn't. We closed the trunk back, and he looks around the perimeter of the landing. He walks around the edge, just looking into the woods and along the edge to see if there's anything out of place. And everything looked normal.
When they got back to Mr. Elvis's house, he knew how to access the phone records for the family. While Heather lived on her own, she was still very dependent on her father. She was on his phone plan still. She still drove his vehicle, so he had access to these things. He was able to produce those records for Officer Canterbury.
My panic had really set in because it's totally out of the ordinary. You know, Heather's never done anything like this before. Something's wrong, but what's wrong?
That's when police began piecing together the last known movements of Heather on the night she disappeared.
So, December 17th, Heather went on a date with Steve Schiraldi.
Like Heather, 21-year-old Stephen Schiraldi was active on social media, posting selfies and chatting with friends. It was actually on Instagram that he connected with Heather.
Stephen and Heather had gone to high school together. And I believe Stephen asked her out on a date, and she agreed to go. She was looking forward to that date very much.
Stephen says they went to dinner at a place called Bandito's. After dinner, they went to an abandoned parking lot at a shopping mall where Stephen taught Heather how to drive a stick shift truck.
We were watching TV, and I got a text, and it was a picture of Heather driving a small pickup truck, a big smile on her face.
It was a picture of her driving Steve's truck.
It was below it, she had written, "Learn to drive a stick, ha, ha, ha." Because it was a sore point. I had tried to teach her how to drive a stick shift. You're proud and aggravated at the same time. But yeah, it was pride.
Heather went to Stephen's house briefly to watch a movie. His mother corroborates that, and then Stephen took her home.
He said he took her back to the apartment, dropped her off, and went home, and said that they'd either text or talked, you know, after that a couple of times for a few minutes.
Police across the country know that in any missing persons case, the first 48 hours are absolutely critical. Right now, they're leaving no stone unturned. And as part of this initial investigation, they sent an officer over to the Tilted Kilt to see if Heather had missed work. One of the first things that investigators hear from Heather's co-workers is that there is a different man who they should be talking to, other than the man Heather went on a date with the night before.
The manager said she's not working until tomorrow, but you really need to call Sidney Moorer. There had been a relationship between the two of them.
Sidney Moorer, back in 2013, was a night maintenance man at various miscellaneous restaurants along the Grand Strand, one of which being the Tilted Kilt, which is where he met Heather Elvis.
Heather and Sidney started talking. They noticed each other when he would start doing little things around Tilted Kilt. She noticed that, you know, he was good looking, he had a good attitude, and she went for it.
Now, he may have been good looking, but he was 37, which made him 17 years older than Heather Elvis.
Sidney and Heather's relationship was certainly sexual in nature. I think that was a big driving force in that relationship.
Sidney and Heather were having sex all the time, anywhere that they could.
There were allegations that there was sex in the restaurant nearby during work hours, everything else.
That did not make me happy whatsoever. So I did ask her about it. I confronted her about it.
What was the actual nature of their relationship?
I mean, most people would call it a sexual relationship, but from my opinion of talking to her, they were in love.
How long was it before that everybody knew that they were an item?
I want to say it was probably like the end of summer, early August maybe.
Having known Heather since we were little, it was a little surprising, but Heather was always a risk taker.
She was pretty rebellious. She was one of those people, when you told her no, it only wanted to make her do it more.
She always wanted what made her happy. So I guess Sidney just made her happy when they were together.
And like so many other people Heather's age, she shared her thoughts and her musings on social media, whether she was happy or sad, and she did so pretty frequently.
I think for any 20-year-old, there's a strong social media presence and used it for everything, and that's their main form of communication. They're on Twitter, they're on Facebook, and there's not a great filter there.
Heather did enjoy social media, and I think that that was one place where she could express herself openly and wouldn't be judged for it.
There's no telling what would come out of that girl's mouth. She posted a lot of off-the-wall things, you know, at random times of the day.
Sidney would sometimes come to bring her coffee and bagels, not to do a job, but literally just to bring her something.
Yes.
Did you find that charming?
It was cute, even though we all thought that it was wrong on so many levels.
I knew that she was talking to a boy named Sidney, that he was sweet and she was smitten. I had no idea he was married.
I'm your nightmare while you're fast asleep.
Heather received a phone call, and it was Tammy on the other end, and she said, "I know you're with my husband."
And revenge has never felt so sweet.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.